Hi guys. Look, I'm eating again. I'm having a buffalo chicken burger and sweet potato fries, and I don't know if I'm gonna finish this, but it's a potato salad that my husband made. So, yep. I'm hungry. I finished my the project that I wanted to get done today, so I think after this I might actually go lay down. It's Sunday. So, yeah. I don't know, we'll see. I see I have crazy hair again. So what have you guys been doing today? Did you do anything fun for Mother's Day? I've been watching like true crime, different stuff. You guys know I like the true crime stuff, but I saw there was one mom and a dad. They had like 3 kids. 2 were autistic and one was like a high functioning on the with like Asperger's, which is high functioning autism. When people talk about autism, just so you know, there's like a huge range of what that can mean, but and so now how did this go? I don't remember how old the kid was. Anyway, 3 kids. I think they're all boys. And the parents were concerned about their child. And so they took him to the hospital. And they were like, we've tried everything, you know. The kid was like starved, basically. And he was in pretty serious condition. And so the hospital like tried to give him like a little bit of sugar, probably like orange juice or something. And what the hospital told CPS was that if the parents would have done that at the house, it would have unalived their child. That's how bad of a reaction the child had to just a little tiny bit of sugar. So CPS and the cops show up at the house. And it's really weird because it's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And the kids are both in bed, like asleep. And the dad was like, oh, the mom wasn't there, but the dad was like, oh yeah, they have really weird sleep schedules because of this, that, and the other thing. No. So the woman from CPS checked on the children. She checked there was running water. The house was actually really clean. They did have food in the house. The dad was like, oh, he won't eat anything. You know, he refuses to eat. I've been putting this supplement. He had like a bottle of something that was in the refrigerator. And his, he had bought him like some Pedialyte or something. But the only thing he'll eat is peanut butter M&Ms and crackers. Well, I won't even go into that. But if that's true, then the sugar at the hospital is not going to have that type of reaction. The child's not going to have that type of reaction to the sugar if he's eating if he's, you know, eating like that. But they took the other kids. They didn't talk about their condition. Like, what did the other kids look like? Like, what, you know, was their situation? But, yeah, both the parents were arrested and sentenced and stuff. So, it was crazy to me. There was a story a long time ago, this court case. I think the kid's name was Timothy. It was all over the news a couple of years ago, I think. That was a pretty horrible one. The mom and the brother would, like, abuse him, like, for seemingly no reason. Like, it was really weird. And during the trial, you should have seen this woman. They were presenting photos of, like, the condition that they lived in, and apparently, like, what her son looked like. There's no way that can be right. He weighed, like, I want to say 40 pounds, and he was like 13. It was really bad. But she went to prison, so did the older brother. At least the older brother felt bad. He actually cried. My mom was literally indifferent. She could not care less. So, yeah. No, it was a cop video about a car wreck that happened. It was a teenager. He was 17, you guys. DUI. At least call him DWI, but DUI. And y'all, he was going over 102 miles an hour, 120 miles an hour. I think it was 120. He hit this car. Y'all, this car went, I don't even know how many feet. The car flipped, rolled, landed upside down, like hundreds of feet away from where the accident happened. And then the car caught on fire. I won't even tell you anything else, but it was, and the kid was 17. The mom showed up, the dad showed up. Okay, I'm having technical difficulties. It's called my iPad's full. But yeah, the mom and dad showed up. But he was sentenced as an adult. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to record. I guess I'm going to have to go through everything on my iPad. I don't know. It only has 16 gigabytes. So the applications and system stuff is taking all of the room. It's not even my photos at this point. So anyway, I'm watching one right now. It's another bank one. The woman's at the bank. It's like a $50,000 something fraud scam, whatever. And her mom's there too. It's an adult woman, but her mom's there too. I don't know if they came together or she called. I don't know. I'll find out. Oh, I watched this. If you guys have ever heard of Soft White Underbelly, he's pretty cool. It's a channel. You guys ever heard of the Whitakers? Anyway, there's another guy that's doing like super similar interviews with people. And I just watched this one where like, oh my gosh, this guy is, well, he's homeless. But they do that stuff, the horse tranquilizer or whatever it is. His whole body is like scars, open wounds. Like, it's just like, oh my God. I had to go to the hospital. People in the comments were like, he might actually have to, because one of the people in the comments was an amputee. And they were saying like, he definitely is probably going to lose. Like, it's a matter of time.
It looked bad.
It was like leprosy. Like, just imagine like, but I mean like, bit like huge sores, wounds, open stuff. It's just, that stuff, man. That stuff is horrible. Gosh. I mean, when I was growing up, well, I don't want to say what it was, but it starts with a P. And then cat, first letter. And then third letter is pineapple. Starts with that. That was the worst. You also called it something else. You know, things that fly in heaven. And then dust. But that was the worst stuff that I knew of. I never did that stuff, but I'm just saying that's the worst stuff I ever knew of. Now it's like, I saw this one video where it was at a police station. And they have cameras everywhere inside a police station. And this one cop went into the bathroom. And his buddy came in and saw him laying on the floor. He had, but he was intentionally, like, he didn't have, you know, the drug that starts with an F. God, I'm so sick of YouTube. You can't say nothing. The drug that starts with an F. Yeah, he was doing something that was laced with that. And so they worked on him for a long time, but they did save his life. And at first, like it showed all the cops at the hospital when he was in bed. They're like, dude, we're so glad you're okay. And thank God we found you. And oh my God, that's so scary. And they thought that he had like arrested somebody and maybe forgot to like throw away the baggie or whatever, you know, and that when he went to go to the bathroom, like it like in his face or something, and that's what happened. They did not know this about him. And it was so weird because after, so they showed all that. Well, then they showed the guy out with his partner on the streets. And this guy had a habit of always finding somebody that was like walking, loitering around. And he'd be like, hey man, what's going on? You know, but, and his partner had his camera on. It's like, yeah, blah, blah. And he'd kind of like be like super friendly with them. And then he'd be like, hey man, you know, just because you're here, you know, I just want to make sure you don't have any weapons or anything like that. Because he knew that these people were addicts, right? So he would find them. And his partner didn't think anything of it because his partner's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of suspicious. This guy's behind this gas station. I don't know. Let's check it out type of a situation. But what he would do is he would use the excuse of, you know, I'm just going to check you real quick for weapons. Is that okay? Because they can't unless you consent to it. They're not allowed to do that. They cannot touch you or like search you for no reason. They have to have a reason. And so he would do that and he would take their stash. And he literally on this video, he's like, oh no, I've got it, to the other cop. And the cop's like, you should put gloves on. And he's like, oh no, it's fine. I got it. And he went and put it in his car. They have like different things that, you know, they put that kind of stuff in. And yeah, his behavior was really suspicious. So they later found out and he was fired, lost his career because he was addicted to something. Like, how does that happen? Anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to go before my iPad does this again, but I will talk with you tomorrow. Bye.